WK04 Solicitors. We're friendly, professional, and cost-effective. A one-stop shop for immigration affairs, as we take your case from the onset and represent you in court if necessary. Located at 659 Green Lanes, Haringey, London, N80QY. We're only 4 minutes walk from the Turnpike Lane tube station on the Piccadilly line. Call 0208 880 9393. That's 0208 880 9393 for more information.
WK04 Solicitors. Legal advice you can rely on.
Welcome to today's edition of Legal Matters. My name is Winnet St. Luce, and with me in the studio today is Mr. Dele Olawanle of WK04 Solicitors. You're welcome, sir.
Welcome, the latest mother in town.
Thank you. Yes.
How has been your experience in being a mother? I mean, how has it affected shaped your life? Because there may be people watching and be thinking, wow, how are they going to cope?
Yes, motherhood really, it shapes your life, and it really changes the way you think about life. You value your time more, I believe, and when you look at your child, you want to give them the best, and you want to be the best that you can be for the child. So motherhood has been an amazing experience. It's a lot of work, it's hard work, but it's amazing. There are no words that I can use to describe the feeling.
Until you get there.
Yes.
And then you can tell us your own experience. And people are very funny. It's a crazy word now, and someone may be sitting there and say, why are they talking about motherhood and this on legal affairs, on legal matters? Well, we do what we like on the program, as long as it is not criminal. Yes, let us do legal matters.
Thank you, sir. So can you please introduce yourself to people who are watching us for the first time who may not know who you are?
Yes, Dele Olawanle is my name. I'm a solicitor of the Supreme Court of England and Wales. And I've been doing this program for the past 12 years. And the whole purpose of this program is to educate immigrants and non-immigrants alike on their immigration rights and obligations. Rights, what you can get, and obligation, your duty to the state, because this is a system that has been built over centuries and centuries by our fathers who have gone beyond. And then they've developed a system that works. Whether a president is there today and gone tomorrow, the system is the system. So respect for the law is second to none. And then on your rights also, that yes, you may be an immigrant after coming here and living here for some years. The people who built the system also have developed a set of rights that accrue to you as a result of your coming and sojourning here. But there are rules, there are regulations, there are laws that are very difficult to understand for the laymen. Even judges and lawyers are struggling with it. So what we do on this program is we condense it. We bring out the salient points, what is important, what applies to you, and we tell you, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. It does not mean that on this program that we are just telling people from all over the world to be coming here. No, that's not the purpose. What we are doing actually, we are contributing to the community by making sure that this is a free legal advice that we give to people to educate them so that they don't make mistakes, so that they don't destroy the system, so that they don't trouble the system. And it has worked. For 12 years and going on 13 years, we have been here every day talking about legal matters.
Thank you.
Yes, you want to say something? You're
No,
just saying thank
feel
you.
free. I was just saying thank you.
You want to say thank you? Yeah. I mean, and that is the liberty we have on this program. It's not as if we come and we are just rooted to the same spot, as if we are being, being tele-guided. It's a free program because we are trying to make people free. So
yes,
we should not go into bondage ourselves.
Yes, definitely.
The idea for this program came years ago when I was having a running battle with the Immigration Authority, and I was asked to be reporting at the police station. I did this for 8 years. It was terrible. It was traumatic.
Wow.
My eldest child my wife became pregnant, gave birth to my son, and he turned 6. I was reporting before he was conceived. He turned 6, I was still reporting. So life was very difficult. After reporting for 7 years, they arrested me on one of those occasions and detained me, and that was what really triggered this experience. Because in detention, I saw a lot of people from over 50 countries. I saw some guys that could not speak a word of English. They did not know why they were there. Some thought they had applications with the Home Office, whereas their lawyers did not make any applications. So it is for people like that were badly represented, people that did not know their left from their right, they don't know. That's why we are doing this program.
Yeah.
And over the years, it has been beneficial. I can tell you that there is hardly any city I enter in the United Kingdom that someone doesn't recognize me, or there's someone that I have not represented. And so that's my lawyer. And it is very interesting when you see that people's life has been changed as a result of what we do here. So that is what the program is about. So if you are watching for the first time, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell even your enemies. Save the number on your phone. Someone may need it in the future.
Thank you, sir. So, for immigrants from outside of the EU, what is the likely impact of Brexit?
That's an interesting question. So if you are not a European citizen and you are not settled in the UK, so you are outside the EU, and then with Brexit, you see, the interesting thing about Brexit is that it is seeking to control European citizens. European citizens are a unique breed of people in that they come from their country, whether from Germany, Spain, France, Lithuania, Slovakia, Belgium, and Holland, and so on. They come here, and automatically they have the right to work, and some of them get accommodation, some of them get benefits. Now, it is very difficult to police a system like that. It has become porous, and they've taken over the facilities, like the health facilities, the schools, the accommodation, and the government is struggling already. The NHS is dying. Now, that is them. But for people from outside the EU, I think it's one way or the other. One, the fact that Brexit is here, and with some European citizens going back to their country even before they are asked to leave, it might create opportunities for immigrants from outside the EU. We may go back to the better days that people can work and without much struggle, and then it may also be that after finishing with the European citizen, it might turn out that the government also may cast their longing eyes on immigrants from outside the EU and also start dealing with them. We don't know, but I believe that if Brexit leads to the exit of millions of people from the United Kingdom, it is definitely going to favor people from outside the EU, because they can control them and they will have a lot of jobs that will have to be done. And it is not a secret that many of our youths in this country don't want to work. They want to say yo. But there are people from outside the EU that are ready to do the work, so it's going to create a vacuum for them.
Thank you, sir. So a lot of people always ask questions about this next question. So does being married to a British citizen automatically mean they have the right to stay in this country?
Yes and no. Yes and no. First of all, being married to someone who is present and settled in the UK like a British citizen is a qualified right. And when I say it's a qualified right, the Home Office, they have a right to control the influx of foreign nationals into this country. An articulate under which family life comes under is a qualified right. It qualified in that it is not it does not mean that it is automatic, so it can be regulated.
Okay.
Now watch this. The fact that someone gets married to a British citizen, okay, you are a British citizen, I'm an immigrant. If I have a visa that gives me the permission to stay here, not as a visitor, if I get married to you, under the immigration rule, you have to be working. You have to be earning £18,600 a minimum. And so the fact that I got married to you does not mean that if I make an application, I will succeed, unless you are earning £18,600. The cure may be that if you give birth to a child, you become pregnant and I have a child that is a British citizen, I may then go under the human rights and put everything together that I have a family life.
Yeah.
But then it will take me longer to get the settlement in the UK. Also, if you get married to a British citizen, the fact that you are married does not mean you will get it. They might turn around and say, well, if you are single, they might say you don't have a child. And because you don't have a child, you can live anywhere. So you can go and, if you are so much in love, you can go and live with your husband who is from Jamaica or Nigeria or Ghana or any country that love means that you can live for better, for worse. So they don't use that language in their decision, but that's what they are saying.
Yes.
So saying that you are married to a British citizen is not automatic. You have to meet the requirements. Then you have to show that there will be insurmountable obstacles to relocating abroad. Insurmountable obstacles, again, is a factual matter that you have to show the evidence. So it is not automatic. So you can marry 50 British citizens. It does not mean you will be allowed to stay. So so you need to get legal advice and know what to do and how to best present your matter.
Thank you, sir.
Talk to Del & Co Solicitors. We can professionally help you in the following areas: obtaining and/or extending your visa, asylum, humanitarian protection and discretionary leave, application for overstayers, immigration and asylum appeals, judicial review at the High Court, Tier 1 to 5 under the point system, including post-study work, fiancé visas, settlement applications, indefinite leave to remain, ILR, neutralisation, citizenship, entry clearance and appeal against visa refusals abroad, reconsideration of visa refusals abroad. In addition, we do other areas of law like family, traffic offences, employment, civil and criminal litigation and advocacy. If you need legal advice, call Del & Co Solicitors now on 0208 880 9393 or visit our website www.delsolicitors.co.uk. Del & Co Solicitors, legal advice you can rely on.
So does having a child in the UK guarantee leave to remain?
Hey, I don't know where you are getting these dangerous questions. They're very funny. Okay. Again, you can have 50 children. It does not guarantee that you will be allowed to stay in the UK. Now, let me break it down. If you are a British citizen and you have a child, the child is automatically a British citizen. If you have indefinite leave to remain in the UK and you have a child, the child will be a British citizen. But if an immigrant that has no right to live in the UK gives birth to a child, that child, it takes after the nationality of the parents. Okay?
Okay.
I came originally from Africa, in Nigeria. Now, if I have no status here, if I give birth to a child, that child will be addressed as a Nigerian. So
Okay.
for people who are in the UK who think that by giving birth, that their children becomes a citizen, a British citizen, it is not. It doesn't work like that. Now, having a child, if you have no status and you have a child, unless the child, your status changes and you become settled, or you have indefinite leave to remain, by which you can register the child as a British citizen, or the child will have to live here till the age of 7.
Okay.
And now, the fact that the child turns 7 does not mean that the child will automatically, that you will automatically be allowed to stay. You have to prove also that, well, it is not reasonable to expect the child to leave the UK. So there is a lot of obstacles. So having a child does not automatically allow one to stay in the UK. But I also want to say that having a child also goes towards giving you the right to stay. I was once in court, and there was a Home Office presenting officer, a barrister, that said that, oh, and asked a question and said to the to my client that, oh, you had one child and then you had another one. Did you have this third child to enable you to stay in the UK? I told her that's a silly question. In that, the fact that one doesn't have status should not preclude one or exclude one from having children. So that's a silly question. The judge said he agreed. So having a child also goes a way. I saw a client some years back that said that, oh, I said, why haven't you had a child? You've been living together with your partner for 9 years. She said, oh, it's because we don't have status. I said, you should have, if you had a child, that would have helped you in terms of settling down. And by the time you knew, she was already 45 and struggling to have a child then. So having a child is either neither here nor there, but it does help.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir. Thank you. So what is the 7-year policy on children?
Interesting. I didn't even know you were coming to this question. What that says is that if any child came into the UK and had lived here for 7 years or more, and is under 18, and or a child was born here and the child has lived there for 7 years on a continuous basis, that they will not seek to remove that child unless it is reasonable to do so. Now, so if a child has lived there for 7 years, whether born here or brought in, a parent can make an application to stay. And when they give the child the right to stay, since the child cannot look after himself or herself, the parents also will be allowed to stay. But it is not automatic. It depends on the particular facts of each case, individual circumstances. So it's not something someone can just pick an application and say my child is 7 and make an application. You need legal representation to explain your situation and your circumstances. That's number one. Number two, the question of reasonableness is not defined. There is no specific definition of reasonableness. It depends on the particular circumstances of an individual's case. So your child may be 7. The Home Office may conclude that it is reasonable to remove the child, but it has to be argued by the lawyer. So that is what it is about. But I must say, regardless, also that once a child turns 7, had lived here for 7 years, it is a stronger shout towards being allowed to stay than a child that is under 7. So it is a good sign in a nutshell.
Wow, that's an important point. Thank you, sir. So what can people do to regularize their status?
If anyone is an overstayer and has lived there for some years, if they have no no current status in the UK, they need to get legal advice on what they can do. There may be people that were refused in the past watching this telecast and had given up. I will say that the fact that you were refused yesterday does not mean that your application of today cannot be granted, because it may well be that circumstances have changed, things have improved, things have gotten better. You may be single some years back and now you have 2 children, so it is time to regularize your stay. You may have a child, you may be pregnant, it is time to regularize your stay. So the fact that someone had an application turned down in the past is not the end of the road. The fact that one has is an overstayer and has not made an application before does not mean that person should not make an application. So get legal advice. When you see a lawyer, they will advise you on what to do. First of all, you tell them your individual, your story, how you came in, how you have spent your life in the UK, have you worked, do you have relatives here, do you have health challenges, are you in a relationship, if you are in a relationship, do you have children, if you don't have children, is she pregnant or is she proposing to be pregnant, and if it's a man, is he ready to settle down? Things like that. So those questions will be asked. And then, do you have a criminal record and things like that? Have you committed a criminal offense? Have you been to jail before? Are you sick? Do you have a health condition? All those questions we cannot ask on the telephone. All those questions we cannot talk about it here because we don't even know who you are. So what needs to be done is that you go to a lawyer, they ask all these questions, and then you will then be told the application you can make. Once that application, you are told that this is how much the application to make, then you will be told how much is going to cost, so you can then go and work on it, and then you will be told the documents to get in support of your application. If you have to get letters of support, if you have to get bank statements, you have to get pay slips, you have to get educational qualification, you will be told, and then you'll be told how much it is going to cost, and then how much you are going to pay the lawyer. And then all this is simple. That's how to regularize yourself. So you go back and do a scavenging work on documents and money, and you go back to the lawyer and make the application and then wait for the result. That's what you can do.
Thank you. So if someone's application is refused, what can they do and how fast do they need to act?
If an application is refused, there are 1 or 2 things. The person may be granted the right of appeal, so then you can you have to appeal to the court within 14 days if you are given a right of appeal within the UK, and if you are abroad, you have to appeal within 28 days. And there's a right of appeal outside the United Kingdom. So that is as good as no right of appeal, because what they are saying to you is that you can go and appeal when you get to your country, by which time you are a gunner. You play for Arsenal. So people watching this telecast will say I'm still having a dig at Arsenal. It's because my 2 boys support Arsenal and I don't know how they got there when I support Man U. So the thing is that if you are given a right of appeal outside the United Kingdom, you need to challenge it, depending on the merit, through judicial review within the UK, or you may even consider making a fresh application for leave to remain. So people like that, they need to get legal advice on what they can do to regularize their stay. I hope I've answered your question.
Yes, sir, you have. So you said a lot of different things, but what is your final word for our viewers today?
Well, Legal Matters is the safest place to be. Don't change the dial. And this program has helped hundreds of thousands of people. You may not have immigration issues today. Your friends may have it today, tomorrow, your relatives and family members. So what you need to do is you save the number. Don't change it. Tell your friends about this program. If you know you are having immigration issues, especially you are outside London, you are hiding, you are worried, you are paranoid, book an appointment, come and see us, and we can advise you in a confidential manner. I don't work for the Home Office, and I don't work against the Home Office either. I am here as a lawyer, to act in the best interest of my clients and to make sure that we let you know what you need to do to regularize your stay. Because if you are caught before making an application, the decision may not go in your favor. It's the safest place to be. Book an appointment, call the number on the screen. My colleague will fill in the rest.
Thank you, sir. And thank you very much to our viewers today for tuning into the Legal Matters. So today we discussed things like the 7-year policy on children and everything about Brexit, which we've been seeing a lot in the news over the last few months. So there you have it. If you would like to contact Mr. Dele Olawanle in person, feel free to contact the number on the screen. Also, if you would like to reach out to him on social media, also our social media icons are on the screen. Thank you so much for tuning in today.
Thank you for tuning into The Legal Panorama, presented by Dele Olawanle of Del & Co Solicitors. Talk to Del & Co Solicitors. We can professionally help you in the following areas: obtaining and/or extending your visa, asylum, humanitarian protection and discretionary leave, application for overstayers, immigration and asylum appeals, judicial review at the High Court, Tier 1 to 5 under the point system, including post-study work, fiancé visas, settlement applications, indefinite leave to remain, ILR, neutralisation, citizenship, entry clearance and appeal against visa refusals abroad, reconsideration of visa refusals abroad. In addition, we do other areas of law like family, traffic offences, employment, civil and criminal litigation and advocacy. If you need legal advice, call Del & Co Solicitors now on 0208 880 9393 or visit our website www.delsolicitors.co.uk. Del & Co Solicitors, legal advice you can rely on.